those of you who have seen me before, is another news story. This is called The Sheep in the Pepper Patch. And I'll tell you what you get. Now, once upon a time, there was, and I get to wear the hat. This is what I like most about the story, because I got kind of an urban cowboy thing going on lately, and so it looks good. Now, once upon a time, there was a farmer. And the farmer grew lots of things on his farm. But the thing he liked the most were his peppers. Oh, he loved peppers. And he grew his peppers in a great big pepper patch. And the peppers grew big and long and red and spicy and delicious. Spicy is good, yeah. Well, one morning he woke up and was about to start his day and do his chores when he looked out the window. And there, in the pepper patch, was a sheep. And the sheep was eating the peppers. And the farmer came out and the farmer said, "Sheep, get out of the pepper patch!" But the sheep just kept eating the peppers. Well, the farmer was upset, so he called for the cat. He said, "Cat, go and get that sheep out of the pepper patch. And if you do a good job, I will give you a nice, yummy donut." And the cat said, "No problem. I will get the sheep out of the pepper patch." And so the cat came creeping on over to the pepper patch, and he saw the sheep. And cat said, "Sheep, get out of the pepper patch." And sheep looked over at cat, and sheep said, "No, you get out." And the sheep turned around and kicked the cat over the barn. Well, the farmer was very upset, and so he called for the dog. He said, "Dog, go and get that sheep out of the pepper patch. And if you do a good job, I will give you a nice, yummy donut." And the dog said, no problem, I'll do it. I like doing it, I'll do it. And the dog went over. And the dog went over, dog said, "A sheep? Yeah, get out of the pepper patch." The sheep turned around, looked at dog, and sheep said, "No, you get out." And the sheep turned around and kicked the dog over the barn. That's not good at all. And the farmer was getting angry. So the farmer called for the horse. He said, "Horse, go and get that sheep out of the pepper patch. And if you do a good job, I will give you a nice, yummy donut." And the horse said, "No problem, boss. I'll get the sheep out of the pepper patch. I'm very good at doing things like that." And so the horse came galloping over to the pepper patch. And when he got there, the horse said, "Sheep, get out of the pepper patch." And sheep turned around, looked at horse, and sheep said, "No, you get out." And the sheep turned around and kicked the horse over the barn.
That's not good.
Not good at all. And the farmer was very, very angry. So the farmer called for the bull. Now, bulls are very big. Bulls are very strong. Bulls are very mean. Bulls have two big, sharp horns. And he said, "Bull, go and get that sheep out of the pepper patch. And if you do a good job, I will give you a nice, yummy
donut."
And the bull said, "No problem. I will get the sheep out of the pepper patch."
And so Bull came tromping on over to the pepper patch. And Bull put his head down. Bull put his horns up. And Bull snarled. And he looked at that sheep.
And Bull said, "Sheep, get out of the pepper patch."
And sheep looked at Bull. And sheep said, "No, you get out." And the sheep turned around and kicked the bull over the barn.
That's not good.
Not good at all. The farmer didn't know what to do. The farmer was very upset, very, very upset, didn't know what to do, and all of a sudden, the farmer heard a voice. And the voice said, "I'll help you." The farmer looked around and he said, "Who said that?" And the voice said, "Down here, He looked down, and there, standing in front of his boot, was an ant. A little tiny ant. And the ant said, "I'll get the sheep out of the pepper patch." And the farmer said, You're just an ant. He said, "I tried the cat. I tried the dog. I tried the horse. I tried the bull. And none of them could get the sheep out of the pepper patch. What makes you think you can do it?" And the ant said, "I can do it." He said, "If I do it, I want that nice, yummy donut." And the farmer said, "Hey, if you can get that sheep out of the pepper patch, I'll give you 2 yummy donuts." And the ant said, "It's a deal." And so the ant went over to the pepper patch. He went over to the sheep, and the sheep was busy eating the peppers. And the ant climbed onto the sheep's hoof, but the sheep didn't feel it. He climbed up the sheep's back leg, but the sheep didn't feel it. He climbed onto the sheep's back, but the sheep didn't feel it. He walked across the sheep's woolly fur, but the sheep didn't feel it. He walked right behind the sheep's ear to the nice patch of soft, lovely skin behind sheep's ear. And the ant went over, and what do you think the ant did to the sheep? Bite. Very good. He bit the sheep. He bit the sheep right behind the ear, that nice soft patch of skin. The ant went, and the sheep went, "Ah!" And the ant jumped off, pling, and the sheep ran out of the pepper patch. And he ran all the way out. And the sheep was in great pain, and he was very afraid. He didn't know what bit him. He was very afraid, too afraid to ever want to go back to the pepper patch. Well, the farmer was so happy he gave that ant 2 big yummy donuts. And the ant rolled those donuts home. And as he did, he smiled a big ant smile, because he knew that he was the one that got the sheep out of the pepper patch. And that is the end.